When you're programming in Python or in any other language, you're constantly dealing with data in one way or another. We do so through the use of variables. But where exactly are variables? Let me explain. Your computer has memory, which it uses to store information. And a variable name, it's a way to reserve part of that memory space, as well as to manipulate the information within it. But that's not all. In some programming languages, you do have to specify the type of information that you will be storing in that variable, meaning the variable data type. If you haven't seen my video on data types, make sure you check that out. I'll leave the link down in the description below. Fortunately for us, Python is a dynamically typed language, meaning that the Python's interpreter will take care of figuring out the data type of each of our variables at runtime. So you don't have to worry about that. Python has some rules that we need to adhere to when it comes to naming variables. The first rule is that a variable must start with a letter or an underscore. The second rule is that variables cannot start with a number. Third rule is that a variable can only contain letters, numbers, and underscores, no any other special characters. And one more thing to keep in mind is that variables are case sensitive, which means uppercase and lowercase letters inside the variable name do matter. All right, so let's look at some examples. Okay, so I created a Python script called variables, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is going to declare an integer type variable. I'm gonna call it my underscore int, and I'm gonna give it a value of 10. So right now I created a variable, and somewhere in memory, this variable has the value 10. The next thing I'm going to do is create a my float, which will be a floating point variable, and I'm going to give it a value of 5.5. And I'm going to create a string type, which is going to be my string, and I'm going to give it a value of a string, whatever string you can think of. In this case, I'm going to give it this is a string as a value. And remember, the strings have to be in quotations, either single or double quotes. So each of these variables will represent a space in memory. Inside that space in memory, it will contain these values, 10, 5.5, and that string. Notice how I'm giving my variables very descriptive names. This is good practice, as you don't want to give some random name to a variable where other programmers come in and take a look at your code and they don't know what that variable represents. So make sure you give it your variables descriptive names. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is create a new variable that's going to be my new float, and this will be the result of a multiplication between my float and my int. So this symbol right here is a symbol for multiplication, and the add symbol is for addition. So I'm going to print this variable value using the print method, and I'll just pass it my new float. And this right here is going to allow us to print my new float into the terminal down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run this Python script by typing Python and then the Python script name, which is variables, and I didn't save my changes. That's why nothing happened. So let's try again. As you can see, 55.5 is what should be in this variable. So let's try one more thing. Let's try my int 2, and I'm going to assign the value of my int, and then I'm going to change the value of my int to 15. So right now I'm giving the value of my int, which is 10, into my int2, and I'm changing the value of my int to 15. Now this gets a little bit confusing, as you might think that my int changes to this value 15 after my int is changed. However, that's not the case. My int2 will remain to the original value of my int 10, and we can display that right now. I'm going to go ahead and put my int2 into the print statement, and I'm going to run the script. And as you can see right here, we're printing my int2, and it gives us 10 instead of 15. That's because when we declare the variable, we're assigning the value 10. So whatever happens to my int after that assignment, whether we change the value or we completely delete it off our program, it will not change anything about my int2. So keep that in mind. So what we'll do now is we'll perform some arithmetic operations on strings. We'll do is create a new variable called my new string, and we'll assign the value of my string plus another string. Okay, so here the variable my new string will hold what's inside my string, which is this is a string, and this new string that we declare right here. So when we save it and run the program, and we're gonna print this into the terminal. Let's save and run. And as you can see down here, you can see this is a string, this is another string. So it actually adds both strings together. We call it concatenation. And we can actually also, rather than adding a new string, we can multiply this string by an integer. And in this case, we're going to use my int. And let's see what this gives us. I'm going to save and run it. And as you can see, it multiplies the string 10 times, which is this string times the value of my int. But can we do it with my float? Multiply my float. And if we run it, we get an error. So yeah, we can multiply the string by an integer, but not by a float. So you gotta get familiar with the types of operations that you can apply to each one of these data types, because it does matter. One last thing, if you ever wanna check the data type of a variable, you can do so by using the type function. So I'm going to call the print method, and inside the parentheses, I'm going to call the function called type. And again, another parenthesis. Inside those parentheses, I'm going to put whatever variable that we want to check the data type. So I'm going to go for my string. And when we run this, the print statement is going to print whatever data type my string is. So I'm going to go ahead and save and run. And as you can see down here, you can see the abbreviation str stands for string, so that's correct. If we change the variable up here to my int, int, by the way, is short for integer, and right here, it's a type int. Alright, I hope this explanation helps you better understand variables in Python, and I'll see you guys in the next video.